Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edward Johnson, and I'm here today representing the MSU Young Americans for Liberty. It is my pleasure and honor to be speaking here today on behalf of the young men and women of our Gallatin County that support this wonderful movement. Today, I also speak for our younger generations and the generations that are to come. An unlimited power to tax involves necessarily the power to destroy. These words, spoken by the great Daniel Webster in 1798, could never be more true than they are today. We see our government continue to tax everyone from the janitor to the corporate tycoon at ever-increasing levels. The slow and steady inflation of our dollar causes the IRS to take more and more of the wealth of the families of America, all without us even noticing. Our current president tells us that higher taxes are necessary to pay for all the good government programs like the interstate highways. What isn't said is that these higher taxes are used to prop up a ballooning bureaucracy that now, $15.6 trillion in debt, has more than proven its inefficiency. This policy of higher taxes to pay for more spending has heaped an iniquity in economy upon my generation and the generations to come in the form of this massive debt. Fortunately, there is something we can do to fight back. It is important that we stand up and speak about what we believe in, as has been done today. We must continue to have a voice in our community for what is the right policy, and we must continue to vote for the leaders and laws that will say to government, we don't need more bureaucratic growth, we need more freedom. And freedom requires that we keep as much of our personal wealth as possible. This is where the final and most important premise of what we need to do comes in. We must volunteer and we must be charitable with our money, our resources, but most importantly, our time and our love. If each one of us spent more time strengthening our community through personal interaction with and service to the downtrodden, the argument for the need of government programs collapses completely. It will be replaced by communities of charity and love, of respect and of honor. So, let's fight for lower taxes to return money to us so that we can use that wealth charitably and lovingly. To the parents here today, you owe it to your children to leave this world in a better state than you found it in. Just as I will owe it to my children someday. We simply can't continue to live free of care for our neighbors, to listen to inspiring words and feel impassioned and not let that passion drive us to sustained action. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. It does not say, contemplate loving your neighbor or imagine how great it would be to love your neighbor someday. No, it demands an act. Love your neighbor. And always remember that forced love is not real love at all. It must be genuine. Now that may sound very preachy, but if we want true transformation as something like our tax code, it begins with charity and love on a personal level. We owe that to our children, and most importantly, to our Creator. Our future is bright, however, and filled with possibility. I'll leave you all today on a lighter note, a quote by Will Rogers. He says, "The income tax has made more liars out of the American people than golf has." Even when you make a tax form out on the level, you don't know when it's through if you're a crook or a martyr. So let's all choose to be martyrs for what is right and for God's love. Thank you.